Hello, in this video I will show you how you can use autofill, custom lists and flash fill to speed up your work, save some time and make your daily tasks in Excel less tedious and boring. Let's jump into the next spreadsheet and take a look at the examples that I have prepared. So I will start with dates. Very often you have to fill down a spreadsheet with consecutive dates for a period of week, month, year, and even longer. Dates autofill is extremely useful and you might already be familiar how to use it or implement it. Let's start typing. Let's select one date, January 2020, and we can pull down from the lower right corner, and you can see the dates come. Excel already knows that you would prefer, most probably, to have a consecutive dates, and it suggests 13, 14, 15, and so on. You have different options on the right corner for autofill, and you have here copy cells, which means only 13 could be copied down. Fill the series, the pattern that Excel already found out. Fill formatting only, without formatting. Fill the days, weekdays, months, and fill the year. Flash fill as well. So let's take a look at the next example, weekdays. So typing again, January 13, 2020, we will fill down and select weekdays from the options. What happens is Excel counts only the weekdays, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and jumps to Monday again. And again, it will go to Friday, to here, and it starts the new week after that. This is very useful when you have to fill in business days only. So make sure you use it. It's very powerful. Menu report starts with only the first date of the month. So let's type January 1st, 2020. And if we pull down again, we'll get the consecutive dates. But if we select fill the months, Excel changes only the months, and you see 1st of January, 1st of February, March, April, May, till December, and it starts again, but next year. So it's a consecutive month after month. Again, very, very useful. Let's see what it means without formatting. We didn't format this range of cells with anything, and it goes to general. So if we type again January 13, 2020, and we drag down, we get the series, but we want to fill in without formatting. What happens is Excel gives us the number of the date in general format or in number format, and we can do the same for the very first, but it has to be 43, I guess. And this is how it looks if you need to have some formulas, data counting, or summarizing days, or yeah, if you want to see how many days from first to the next, you will still be, you can use this without formatting dates. Dates in general format. So let's type some other way. Let's say March-01-2020. You can see the date is on the left side, so Excel didn't consider this as a date. It considers it as a number or some string of characters. And when you autofill, it will only give you the consecutive year, because it's something like a social number or something else that is consecutive, and it doesn't recognize this as a date. When you click to the options, there is no options for dates. So make sure you have a format for dates in the cells when you're doing autofill for dates. Let's jump to days. So similar to dates, we often have to fill in the days. So let's type Monday. And if you drag down the list for Monday, you can see Excel suggests the next days. So already knows the pattern and knows that we have a list Monday to Sunday, and it starts again Monday to Sunday. Very useful. These are the days of the week. However, if we want a working week, we can use different options. So dragging again, we have all of the weekdays. But if you say like working week, it changes to Monday to Friday and Monday to Friday and again. So that's again useful for businesses to record only working days. There's another way, and Excel still finds the pattern if we use abbreviations for the days of the week. So double click, because we already have this range field. If we double click autofill, we'll fill the next column with the same range. So now we have the days of the week abbreviated. Let's see the weekdays again abbreviated. Excel noticed and knows that we have Monday to Friday, skipping Saturday and Sunday, and continue Monday to Friday. So what else Excel can do with autofill? For example, you want to have a list of every other day. So let's say Monday and then Wednesday and so on. If you show the first 2 days, it will notice the pattern and it will give you the next day, skipping one ahead. So you have Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and so on. So it's very useful to know that this is possible, and you can use it in your next project. Months also are added to the list that Excel will recognize and it will autofill. So let's type January and take a look how it goes down. Dragging down, we get January to December, and then January, February again starts from the beginning. So it doesn't matter if you start from January. Let's start from March and drag from March down. You can see it goes normally March to February over here, and then March, April again. We can also use abbreviation. So 3 letters, March. You can double click, of course. Abbreviated as well works. Let's move on to the next example with numbers. So numbers is the usual thing. We've given the series of numbers 1, 2, so we're showing the pattern, and dragging down will get every consecutive number after that. That's good for your list of numbers. If we want a different pattern, for example, odd numbers, we have to show Excel what is the pattern, and then use double click or just drag, and it will give you all the odd numbers one after the other, because we already said we want every other number. So let's see here, if we double click, we'll get the same number. So this is copied. We didn't give Excel any pattern, but if you click on the right lower corner and select View Series, Excel will start with the easiest one, consecutive number, and that's how you get every consecutive number after 300. Another thing that is useful is quarter, and for the business world it's very important when you're doing your financial reports. So there is 4 ways that I have decided to write first quarter, and you can see when you drag down, Excel already knows in the back end that we have only 4 quarters, and it starts again, first, second, until fourth, and again. So all of these ways and abbreviations will give you the same result. It doesn't matter how you spell it. Excel recognizes that we have first, second, third, and fourth quarter, and starts again from the beginning. Another very useful thing is custom lists, and not many people know how to use it, but let's try and implement. We have here 2 lists of Canada provinces and territories and 50 states of USA. So let's build some custom lists. We have to go to options and then advanced, and when you scroll down at the very bottom, you will see edit custom lists. So in here, you can see we have Sunday, Monday, and January, February added as a custom list. We can start typing all of these provinces one after the other and using comma to separate them. But as well, we can import lists. So let's start importing. We have to select our list and go back. And the order will be as we have it here. So now we say import, and the list entries are already here. If you want to move, for example, one province above the other or change the order, you can do it over here with cut and paste. But you can do it in advance and make the order the way you want to see it from where you're importing it. So that's okay. We can add the list and now do another list. Let's add the 50 states and import. So we do have added both of them, and we're good. Okay, click OK, and let's start typing. For example, we want to start typing from Ontario. And when you start dragging, you will get all of your provinces and territories listed the way it's been listed here, from Ontario to Yukon, and then Alberta to Nova Scotia, and it starts again from Ontario. So it doesn't matter what order you start, you get this. So let's say we start with Alberta, and we do the autofill. We'll get all of the provinces, and they stop over here to Yukon. So let's try doing the US states and type Florida. Now we drag and do 50 provinces or states, sorry. And they will start from the order where we started. So here we have Florida, it starts from Florida. If we start from Alabama, we will get the same order as alphabetically we imported in the list, and it stops over here to Wyoming, and then it starts again down to repeat the same list. Very useful if you have to use these custom lists on a regular basis. It will save a lot of time for you. Okay, let's jump to the next spreadsheet and take a look at Flash View and how we can use it effectively. So we have a list of product IDs over here, and we've been told that the numbers should start with leading 0 and end with a semicolon, because we need to use it in a different system where this is needed. So let's see how we can do that. I'll copy the product ID of the first one because I'm lazy, I don't want to type it, and start with 0, paste the rest and add the semicolon. So where can you find a flash fill? Flash fill can be found on the data tab next to text to column. There's this icon, and there is another way. When you go to home tab at the very end, editing group, you have a fill drop down. At the very bottom we have flash fill. There is also a shortcut, key shortcut, Control E, that we can just use it right now. And that's quick and easy. We get the result. So Excel finds the pattern, it adds the 0 and the semicolon to each of the next product IDs. But this solution is not dynamic, so make sure you know if you want to change something on a frequent basis that you have to make this solution dynamic, so you don't have to perform the flash fill all the time. So I'll show you two ways of doing it with formula, with ampersand and concatenate function. So let's start typing. We have quotation, 0, ampersand, product ID in B3, ampersand, and then quotations with semicolons. That's our first product ID. When we drag down, we get the same result as column C, but now it is a formula and it will change whenever we change anything in column B. So second formula is using concatenate, and again we have in quotations 0, not ampersand but comma, B3, comma, quotation, semicolons, and then closing the brackets. Double click at the lower right corner and it fills down everything. Let's take a look how it changes. So this one ends to 26, we'll change it to 27. And you've noticed that these two last product IDs changed and they match the original in B12, but the one with the flash fill didn't change. So make sure you know what options is suitable for you, whether to use flash fill or use any of the formulas that will keep it dynamic. So next example is, for some reason, we've been told that this product ID needs to be separated with dash. So how can we do that? We'll add dash between the 6,000 and the numbers after that. That's what we've been told. And using Control E, we do the flash fill, and it's exactly correct, every single one. Excel notices the pattern and moves the separates the 6,000 from the rest of the number. How can we do that with format without changing the string with adding dashes? We can copy the whole column and paste it here, and then going to number group, select custom formatting, and let's start typing until we get our desired format. So after the first 4 zeros, we'll add the rest of the zeros, and you can see the sample on top, how it looks, and it matches whatever we desire to be. And once we agree, we can say okay, and we get the same result, but the number string was not changed at all. So that's a second way of doing it with using format. The third example is when you want to generate emails. So we have different options to generate email. Let's start with first name, last name, and we'll see how FlashView does it for us. So we have John dot Smith as name, and then let's say gmail.com and Control E. Let's see if it does it properly. Jessica Bauer, Michael White, Peter Toth. Yes, everything matches. Let's try abbreviated. Let's use J for the first name and Smith for the second. Gmail.com. Again, we will click Control E. And what happened is Excel decided that all of the names will start with J's, which is not correct. Only the first two names start with J. Let's go to the third one that is incorrect and change it to M. Once we change the third one to M, it correctly suggested that the fourth one will be E. Start with E. This one is again J, R, no. So it corrected the suggestion and the pattern. So pay attention. Don't always accept whatever FlashView gives you, and it will help you. Let's try using the last name, first name, whether this will be more difficult for FlashView. Smith, John, and Control E. Everything looks good. All of the patterns, all of the names are the same. The pattern is detected properly. Some email version that is not probably very often seen or ever, but let's try adding the last name and underscore J. And see if Excel knows what to fill. Control E. This time everything is correct. So you can see Johnson E, Biggs J, everything is correct. So very powerful to use FlashView for email generating. Let's move to the next example. We have a string here of information, sentence even, of number of patients and the age group. So let's see if we can pull out the counts of patients only. So we will give Excel the first one, 1352, and Control E. It gives us the correct number of each line of patients. Let's see what happens with the age range. We have 19 or younger. Typing 19 and Control E, and we're getting only the last number, 39, 59, 79. What will happen if we say 20-39? That's what happened. We're getting the ranges, and we just need to say here up to 19 and over 80 at the end. And we have the ranges. So moving to the next one, we have received some dates from a data without any formatting, and we want to start and use FlashView to format. So let's use slashes, 2020/01/06. It changes to dashes, but Control E, and what happened is the second one is not detected correctly. So let's try hoping Excel to detect the pattern. So 0, 1, 31. And now it should be correct, right? Oh, I wrote it incorrectly at the beginning, so that's why it was showing incorrect pattern, but now it should be okay. So we have October 6th and then January 31st, 16th of May, 15th of March, and April 7th. So we can do the same using dashes. 2020, 10, 06, Control E, everything detected correctly. How can we do that differently? Without flash view, we can copy all the dates from here and use the number format group, selecting custom, and then let's type here what we want to see. Year. Actually, it shouldn't be custom. It should be date. And let's see if this is going to show. No. So Excel doesn't detect this as a date. So if we go to custom, we can use 0 instead of the dates number. So we'll have 4 zeros dash 2 zeros dash 2 zeros, and then we get the same format. But this doesn't mean that it will show as date format. However, it stays on the right, so it looks like date, and it should be working like date. The last example, we have dates written with months, days, and year, and we'll see if we can pull only the days and the months with flash. So typing 13 and then Control E pulls our days of the date, and then over here if we type January and we use Control E, we'll get all the months. So no errors and no mistakes with flash view. I hope you found a way to use it with this video, and it will save you a lot of time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.